Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Keone, and today I'm going to show you all a custom that I just recently made using a vintage Toy Story toy. So this is my custom Commander Nebula from the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command animated series. Now, as you guys can see, I made this guy using my vintage Toy Story 2 Flight Control Buzz Lightyear. But, of course, I did happen to swap out the original gloves for these, like, modern-looking gloves. So, yeah. And let me tell you guys, the process of swapping the gloves out on this figure were a little challenging. The wrist communicator one especially, because at first the connector on the actual glove itself was round, so obviously it was difficult to insert it into the bicep. So, like the creative person that I am, I found a way to trim the sides of the connector on this gauntlet, or this glove, and yeah, I was then able to get it to fit inside of the bicep, and to make sure the bicep wouldn't go anywhere, I obviously taped it, so yeah. But the laser arm glove was pretty easy. Originally, this laser arm glove came from my old Disney Store Buzz Lightyear figure, and surprisingly enough, the parts from my old Disney Store Buzz were compatible with the vintage Buzz body, so yay. And once again, I taped up the front part of the bicep because originally, back when this custom used to be Flight Control Buzz Lightyear, yeah, it used to have a laser, and yeah. But now that this is Commander Nebula, obviously he doesn't need a laser, because, believe it or not guys, his peg leg is supposed to be like a plasma cannon, according to the cartoon of Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. But keep in mind though guys, this figure doesn't really have any physical features, simply because, of course, yeah, I disabled them. But that's not to say he's not a functional toy. He can get into some pretty cool poses, such as he can aim his plasma cannon peg leg. If I can get his waist to move. Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, Commander Nebula can point his plasma cannon peg leg Here, I'll even get him into like a cool action pose. Specifically the one from one of the Star Command cartoon intros. So, here is Commander Nebula, now firing his peg leg plasma cannon. And yeah, here's a closer look at Commander Nebula's peg leg. As you can see, it's basically the vintage Flight Control Buzz Lightyear's laser gauntlet, but by me modifying it, it serves a purpose as a peg leg for Commander Nebula, which is actually pretty impressive, in my opinion, because the hollow area where the vintage Buzz hand would go into sort of acts as like a barrel. So essentially Commander Nebula can use his peg leg to fight off any Star Command villain, or maybe even Zurg's Hornets, if they were to ever dare try to attack Star Command. But yeah. Other than that, though, this custom doesn't do anything else, because, yeah, since he's made out of the vintage Flight Control Buzz, he did used to have the same features as Flight Control Buzz, so, like, he would have pop-out wings, and, of course, he would also feature a wrist communicator, but like I stated at the start of the video, those features have been disabled upon me making this guy, and to me, that's okay, because, yeah, this toy is still really awesome, and obviously, guys, growing up watching Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, although I really loved Buzz Lightyear growing up, I always found Commander Nebula to be such a unique yet cool character, because I don't know why I find Commander Nebula to be more unique than Buzz, but yeah, the dude basically just uses his own peg leg as an additional weapon to defend himself against threats like Zurg, or even Zurg's Hornets. Heck, even Ty Parsec as the Wire Wolf from Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. But no, this was a fun custom to make, and in the future I may consider like wanting to put some kind of electronics into like at least the peg leg, so that way it would have like a fun little light up feature. So like right here on the peg leg there would be like a tiny little lens, and then like I would make it so that it would sort of function like the Buzz Lightyear laser, where it would basically have like a button that would go right here on the side of Commander Nebula's peg leg base, and essentially what that would do is it would make generic like blasting or shooting noises that you'd hear on like a normal Buzz Lightyear laser. So, yeah, that would be really cool to try to do at one point in time. But for now, I'm happy with it just the way it is. And yeah, now, as for like the head and chest of this toy, yeah, it's basically still Flight Control Buzz, but with the chest, I obviously used some tape and masked off the buttons / chest badge, and I basically painted it so it now looks like the Star Command logo, or specifically the gold Star Command logo that could be seen on Commander Nebula's chest in Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. And the face, well, I just basically painted my Flight Control Buzz Lightyear's face in like a dark tan color. And then, yet again, I used a piece of tape for the mustache, because, of course, Commander Nebula is an elder space ranger, so as such, he needs his mustache to show that he would, of course, be the wisest ranger out of the entire Star Command fleet. Or, I guess, team, I should say. Anyway, I think really that's gonna do it for this video. I'm not sure if I will design more characters from Buzz Lightyear of Star Command or not. But if I do, I will totally make more videos like this for you guys out there. But, yeah. This has been Commander Nebula, and yours truly, signing out.